Hello there, internet. Spanish Manchild here, and I got another MTG video for you beautiful mofos today. Today we are going to play what is, as of right now, my favorite deck in Throne of Eldraine Standard, and that is Hungry Drogo, aka Korvold Jund Food Aristocrats. I don't really know exactly how to label this deck. I called Korvold Kevin because it's hard for me to pronounce his name, and sometimes I do forget it, despite the fact that Korvold, the Fey Cursed King, Kevin, is my favorite card in Throne of Eldraine. I have had an absolute blast both building around and playing with this card in yesterday's stream. We spent the entire stream on making a competitive deck with this thing, and I'm very happy with the results because this deck has gone through numerous different versions. Like, we started off being a heavy Golgari list with the Troll King, what was his name? The Feasting Troll King. We had the Feasting Troll King, we had Garruk, and kind of like a similar deck to the Troll King one that I uploaded a couple of days ago. And we have been modifying it throughout the stream, trying out different stuff until we incorporated Mayhem Devil, went more Jund-ish with our strategy, and have what seems to play out as a bit of a food aristocrat sort of deck, and it is just absolutely glorious, guys. Like, this deck is immense fun to play, and it is my favorite deck as of right now. I just cannot have enough of this deck. Like, yesterday's stream just went by like nothing, and I think we've made it really competitive at this point, and I'm very excited to share this with you guys. So let's go ahead and talk about Hungry Drogo here. So this, like I said, is a Jund deck. It has the core that I've talked about numerous times at this point, the Cauldron Familiar, Gilded Goose, and Witch's Oven. You know, cat, bird, oven core, as I like to label it. A 4 of each. I'm going to be building and experimenting a lot of different decks around this particular core because I believe the food archetype can be approached to several different ways. You can build it as Simic, Sultai, Jund, as you can see here, Golgari, and you can try different strategies around it too. It's a really fascinating archetype, and I really enjoy deck building around it. Like, this sort of deck has really reignited my passion for brewing, and I'm very proud of this deck. I put quite a bit of thought into it, and it went through several improvement phases, like I said, and overall the final result is very promising. So let me explain why I chose the cards that I chose and how the synergies work and everything, right? So the main idea that I had, the reason why I wanted to build this deck is as I finished yesterday's video, the Orzhov Knights, which, you know, this was like 2 days ago. I looked at Korvold, and I was really intrigued by his ability because I immediately thought, when I looked at him, I thought, this is really powerful with Witch's Oven and Cauldron Familiar. Because if you think about it, if you have Cauldron Familiar on the board and a Witch's Oven's on the board as well, and you reach turn 5, or you can ramp into him, whatever, you can play Korvold. Upon entry, you sacrifice the cat, and then you become a 5/5 and you draw 1 card. If you have if you have a food, which, you know, you can set that up by sacrificing with the Witch's Oven prior. So if you have a food on the board, you can sacrifice the food, bring back the Cauldron Familiar, and because you sacrifice the food, you sacrifice another permanent, therefore you draw a 2nd card. You tap the Witch's Oven to sacrifice the cat, you draw a 3rd card. And then you sacrifice the food that you just generated and bring back the cat from the graveyard onto the board, again sacrificing another permanent, and therefore, upon entry, Korvold has become a 5-mana, 8/8 with flying, and has drawn you 4 cards. This is ridiculous. This is actually really competitive. This is very strong. And upon entry sort of effect that even if he gets answered and removed next turn, he's already netted you a significant amount of value. And you probably have drawn another Korvold anyways at this point, then you can just try to go for it again. This is really strong, and I really wanted to build a deck that really could capitalize on this and just synergize with this whole sort of gameplay, right? Somebody in my chat suggested Mayhem Devil at the beginning of the stream. I was like, okay, I'm very interested in that. I think Mayhem Devil could be really killer in this. Let me try out the Golgari version, though, and see how it plays out and what cards really shine and what don't. I realized the Troll King was kind of unnecessary in this build. Garruk was also underperforming, and I wanted to take the deck in a little bit of a different direction. So I ended up adding Mayhem Devil as a 3 first, and then I opted to go as a 4 as I saw him in action. And this is, you know, the final version of it. So basically, the idea is Mayhem Devil really goes bananas with Witch's Oven and Cauldron Familiar, because whenever you sacrifice a permanent, you are triggering his effect, and you can, against creature-based decks like mono black aggro, which is getting pretty popular, mono red aggro, night decks, even mid-range Temorless, etc., like elementals, this pinging effect can just wipe out the opponent's board. It's absolutely insane. I'm not even going to talk about like having 2 Mayhem Devils on the board, right? So we have really good sack outlets. Mayhem Devil also works really well with Vraska Golgari Queen and Rankle, which I'm going to talk about in a bit. But the general idea is that we have a 3 mana and a 5 mana engine that can just go crazy with our permanent sacrifices. That also happen to synergize with Fabled Passage, by the way, which can be very neat and very clutch. And the general idea is to have a food sacrificing sort of like Aristocrats engine themed deck, and the rest of the build is there to synergize with it and support with it. So Mayhem Devil, a very key component of this deck. On top of that, we have Paradise Druid, because we are a Jund deck, and the way I see it, and right now without check lands, if you want to play a tricolor deck and you're playing green, you should probably run Paradise Druid. It's always nice to ramp into things, and the ability to tap for a mana of any color can be really clutch in a tricolor deck specifically. We have 3 copies of Once Upon a Time, really good in this deck because every single creature in this deck is very key for the whole strategy for their own reasons. And if you're missing any one of them specifically, being able to fish for them with Once Upon a Time is really nice. And obviously having this in your opening hand is just absolutely fantastic. Definitely worth running it as a 3 of. We have Cauldron Familiar, Gilded Goose, Mayhem Devil, Murderous Rider, our single target removal, Rankle, and Korvold. All these can be really key creatures to search for in a specific scenario, and having access to a tutor for that is really strong. Assassin's Trophy as a 1-off, could even argue as a 2-of. We can destroy any permanent whatsoever, which can be a really important late game removal tool. A 4-of Murderous Rider, because we're playing black, and if you're playing black, you play 4 copies of Murderous Rider, really. It's just it's that simple. 3 copies of Rankle. I really like Rankle in this deck. I like Rankle in the Golgari Troll version of the deck. Rankle can sacrifice. We can use a sacrifice proc to actually synergize with Mayhem Devil and Korvold. Also, ramping into Rankle on turn 3 with either Gilded Goose or Paradise Druid is a very powerful play, especially if you're going first. It can be absolutely devastating for the opponent. And Rankle is just overall a fantastic card that happens to have extra synergy potential with this deck. So we are running him as a 3-of. Vraska Golgari Queen is better than it's ever been in this metagame. You have Akko, you have Teferi Time Raveler, you have even Chandra Acolyte of Flames. You have a bunch of very key 3-drops from Mono Black 2. You have Cavalcade of Calamity from Mono Red. You have so many targets. There's so many 3 mana or less permanents right now that are really meta defining, and Vraska kills every single one of them. Her -3 is more powerful than ever, and she is absolutely outstanding because on top of that, in this deck, her +2 enables us to synergize with Korvold and Mayhem Devil. We can draw 2 cards with it. We have really easy sack outlets with Cauldron Familiar, and we trigger the Mayhem Devil as well. And then we have a 1-off of Liliana. You know, I initially ran 2, but I think a 1-off is fine. We don't want to draw her like super early on, and she can be a very powerful late game beast, though most times our boy Kevin here is all the win condition that we need for the late game. But she synergizes well with our game plan. Her +1 can give us good sack outlets for Witch's Oven that will also draw us card, and her -4 also synergizes with Mayhem Devil and Korvold as well. And she's just really good as a 6-drop 1-off in this game for a late game bomb, basically. And when it comes to the sideboard, today's deck may be a little bit longer, but I'm passionate about this deck. I put a lot of thought into it, and I want to make sure I explain it properly. The sideboard is triple Duress, triple Veil of Summer, 2 copies of Legion's End, 1 Noxious Grasp, 1 extra Assassin's Trophy. Very nice to always have this in the sideboard. It can come into play in many different matchups, and it's very flexible, which is really good for a sideboard card. 2 Thrashing Maraudons, 2 Ashiok Dream Renders, and 1 extra Vraska Golgari Queen. I like Vraska in specific matchups. I mentioned a lot of the examples, and I bring her in all those cases. Ashiok is very key against the Dance of Man's Esper deck, and also against Arc-like Phoenix decks, which are rather popular right now too as well. And overall comes in several matchups. Also against Gates Golos, he prevents the ramp cards from being played, etc. Really good in the sideboard as a 2-of. We can cast him with black mana here. Brontodon, good against aggro decks because of the stat line, and also good against decks that revolve around enchantments or artifacts. Like, for example, again, the Esper Doom Foretold deck. Noxious Grasp, really, I always like running this at least as a one-off in any black-based deck. Really good sideboard card for obvious reasons. Legion's End for aggressive decks, but also potentially against Gate Golos decks and Field of Death decks in general. Veil of Summer for Simic Flash builds and also Esper Control builds, etc. And the same can be said about Duress. Really happy with the sideboard. I think it's pretty solid. It's ready for everything. And that is the deck list right there, ladies and gentlemen. Really, really happy about this one. Hopefully you guys enjoy the deck. I really encourage you to try it out if you do have, the cards. Obviously, it's a pretty expensive deck to craft, so, you can be patient about it if you want. But I've had a blast with this one, and hopefully you guys enjoy the gameplay, because I'm pretty excited to share it with you guys today. I'm actually mixing it up a little bit. I'm going to showcase some best of 1 gameplay and my last game of the stream, because I did have one best of 3 series to showcase the sideboard a little bit in action. And let me know how you guys feel about this mixed, because I like showing a lot of best of 1 gameplay because it enables me to show decks in several different matchups. If I only show best of 3 gameplay, I only get like 2 actual matches per video, right? So I only get 2 different deck matchups to show. So sometimes, I do like providing best of 3 gameplay, but I like to mix it up. And today, I'm going to provide you a little bit of both, and hopefully you guys enjoy that. So, having that said, I'll stop talking. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy the deck tech, English, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, we got the cat, we got the druid, we got the devil, and we got the prankster. So we're going to force him to have a shock. Otherwise, we can just trade with this. Okay, I regret what I did. I regret my decisions in life. I didn't know I was going to draw this, man. All right. No, there's no point in me going for Pranko just yet. I can play the Mayhem Devil now. All right, this is what we're gonna do. This is beautiful. This is actually beautiful. This is actually really fucking amazing. We're not even like we expect him to have a shock. We're not even gonna play into that. We're just gonna block with the cat. We ain't playing, boys. Oh my god. Oh my god. These plays. Oh my lord. Oh my god, dude. I should have tapped the other way. It doesn't really matter, though. Holy shit. Holy shit! This is amazing! Bill! Bill! Oh! 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 And then I got Rankle. Oh my lord. Oh, my dick! My dick! PG, PG, Miguel, keep it PG. Oh my fucking god, that is orgasmic. Oh shit. We definitely keep. Dude, this is the hand, guys. The hand. We got the cat, we got the oven, we got the devil, and we got the big boy dragon.
Here comes the DJ. Here comes the DJ.
I'm gonna wait for my opponent to see what he plays, to see if I need to prioritize anything with Once Upon a Time. I'm not gonna, like, the thing is, I don't want to open with the Cauldron, because if I'm facing aggro, I don't want to take the extra damage, and if you have the cat alongside the oven, you want to play them at the same time. Okay, mono black aggro, I assume, or Rakdos aggro. We need a land for sure. We already have enough sources of red mana, so we need more green. And we would like to be flexible. So I think we take the Overgrown Tomb here. I think we take the Overgrown Tomb. Yeah, we take the Overgrown Tomb. Cat and oven into turn 3 devil. This setup is so, like, this and this turn 2 and then this turn 3 is so good. Oh, oh. Oh! Okay, so we block this, we sack this, we have the food. Next turn we play this, we play Mayhem Devil, we sacrifice for the food, we sacrifice for Lich's Oven, we bring it back, and we clear his board. Yep. I don't know why he would attack. We get him in the oven. This is so anti-aggro, it's fucking stupid. It's actually stupid. We don't play the cat yet. We drop the devil. Surprise, motherfucker. Back in the oven. And now, some lasagna. Some bitch lasagna. Oh. God damn. Low-key savage. I see what you did there. And I need my Fidopiter avatar. What am I even doing? Okay, I'm gonna keep this just because double Once Upon a Time. I mean, only the first one matters, but you know. Okay, I'm assuming this is mono red. If that's the case, don't I want Mayhem Devil? But I mean, he has no 1-drop though, so I would guess that the land is more important, especially because I don't have any of the setup plays. Look at that. Kitty. I'm gonna lead off with the Overgrown Tomb though. Actually, I should have lit off with a Fabled Passage, right? Yeah, but I derped there. I derped there. This is an issue. Paradise Druid can enable me to trade with the Butcher. And I will take that trade. He will not. I don't want to go for Golgari Queen just yet. Taking a lot of damage though. He has something. What does he have though? Maybe a Heartfire? Maybe just a Shock? Regardless, I am not tapping my Druid. My Druid right now is what's keeping me from getting butchered. And I can always go for the Murderous Rider, but I want to see what he plays first. If he attacks with the Butcher, I will trade. I will, however, not trade into that. We could see a Spawn of Mayhem here, which I believe would be my go-to target. He can summon it anyways. A Rotten Regisaur. I kind of want to kill that at the beginning of his upkeep. I can also just kill that with a Vraska. So I'm going to go with Once Upon a Time instead. Let's search for some key pieces here. I already have enough land, so I guess I'll get more cats. Fable Passage is just what I need at this moment. I have, I could use some more green, I guess. I can always Cauldron Familiar, and I still have the Murderous Rider enabled. But I can always just chump. The thing is, I can always just chump block this. Like, this is not a threat. We're gonna go with the passage. And we're gonna go for a forest, right? I'll trade this into the Gutter Bones. I'll keep it like this. Alright, wasn't expecting that. I can't destroy that. I want to play the Murderous Rider because it has lifelink. Do I Murderous Rider this? No, I try to play...
It's time to step out for it. Oh, the day is yours.
Maybe I should have gone for the goose.
Today's your lucky day.
I want an oven. That was definitely savage.
Its loss will serve us.
I mean, will he pick up another fling? I don't know. That's pretty much the shit I lose to here. I could have just destroyed that, but I really, really want to start drawing into an engine here. How many flings does he play? Oh, does he have another one? Really? He has a fling. I should have attacked with this to protect with that. I should have attacked with this thing to protect from a fling. God damn. How lucky can you be? I cry every time. I mean, I could have prevented this. I was thinking about it, but I'm like, what are the odds of him getting another one? What if even, like, do you even run 2 of those? But I guess it makes sense. We have an issue with, ooh. Well, we don't have the, it's fine. We have an issue with Experimental Frenzy, though, for sure. But it's not nearly as common as it used to be. I mean, we do have Assassin's Trophy for it, but that's pretty much our only way to deal with it, right? But I think that's fine. Yeah, Devil is nuts. Yeah, Fling definitely does make sense in this deck. I should have played more around it. It's the first time I run into somebody like playing so many copies of it, right? It's a cool tactic. Just wish I could answer. I just wish Vraska Golgari Queen could kill Frenzy. But maybe that's asking a little bit too much. I don't think that warrants me running more than one Assassin's Trophy though, because when people play Frenzy, they tend to play multiple copies of it. So a lot of times, destroying one at a certain stage doesn't really accomplish anything. Okay, let's lead off with the Oven. Yeah, definitely really like Paradise Druid in this deck, though. Helps with the... I think any tricolor deck with, like... with green needs Paradise Druid. If it was best of 3, you sideboard better than he does. I mean, like... Ooh, that sucks. A turn too late. I mean, that deck really relies on the surprise factor, because once you know they have Fling, is Fling a cost? Can Fling be countered, or is it like a price, like Witch's Oven? Because in that case, it's not even that... I'm gonna shut up about what I was gonna say. Okay, so I want to go for Once Upon a Time here. Though I could be vulnerable to him dropping a Calamity next turn. I'm not going to pay extra just in case that happens. I'm going to fish for a Mayhem Devil here. We don't get the Mayhem Devil, but we do get the Dragon. Long live Drago. So Korvold could really come into play here, because how does Mono Red deal with this, right? Obviously, our Paradise Druid is vulnerable, but he's just smorking. This guy's just absolutely smorking. Do we just take it and just go crazy with the draws this time around? I mean, we dropped down to 11. I've seen worse. Because if I block with this, yes, I get rid of one of these, but then next turn, I want to play the Cursed King, and then I want to sack this, and then I can bring this back. But then I can play the Cursed King. I need to have that as a sack outlet, so I'm gonna take the hit for the sake of card draw. May seem weird against mono red, but we have health gain as well. I should have attacked first. I derped there. And I can always sack this first. I should never have attacked first. I need to hold on to this. We're at 9 health, but we do have health gain with this. We have a blocker as well. We have 2 blockers. And we have a flyer that can block into the a Phoenix Fire. Because he could draw into a Mountain and a Chandra Spitfire. We still have a flyer that can block it. Oh my wuss moo. Cat through. We got another cat here, which is awesome. Awesomeness. That's perfect. You don't want to attack with the other 2? You should. Yeah, I'm gonna kill this. We're gonna prevent as much damage as possible. We have the Assassin's Trophy, though we... Oh, that's a great draw. Boom, boom. Beautiful. So beautiful. I'm gonna do this before scrying because I could top deck into a land that I can play. Ha! That's so good. That's so good. We have the Assassin's Trophy, which we can use on this. We gotta watch out, though. I think, we're definitely gonna do this. Pump it up. And just keep the Assassin's Trophy in the back. Nice. I'm gonna keep this. It's a bit heavy on lands, but it's not like this deck, you know. Fuck. I misclicked. I meant to click on the Stomping Ground. Well, it doesn't seem like we're facing aggro, so hopefully it doesn't come into play. But we've taken 2 damage for no reason there. Feels bad. Okay, we definitely... Definitely kill that. Ashiok really comes into play here. I do think I think we just dropped the Murderous Rider, to be fair, over the Mayhem Devil right now. Cancel. No, we don't. Because I don't want to play the Fabled Passage. I want to play this first. So never mind. That's pretty good. I'll keep Vraska there. She's not as relevant in this matchup. Like, a lot of their threats are 4 mana, but we can kill another Goblin if that were to happen. And she does happen to synergize with this. We're going to go ahead and... First of all, play this. We're going to go ahead and attack. I could wait to trigger this, but I have removal anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and just tap this and deal 1 damage. We're going to pick up another source of black mana. And we're going to go for this.
Your life's about to end. Hope you're ready. It was probably going to die anyway.
Okay, he uses a shock. I'm not going to... I want the 5 mana. It's very key.
Sacrifices must be made. From time to time.
Can't sacrifice any permanent because they're all really worth keeping. So at least worth running with the ultimate. Doesn't block. Alright, we don't bait the block there. Actually, I could have killed that. I could have actually killed that because I have enough procs to do it. I just realized. I sacrifice you. No, I don't. I don't have enough to do it. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Its loss will serve us.
That's pretty neat. That's a neat draw. Which applies so much pressure. He's in the red. He has to deal with Golgari Queen. And he's dead. He needs to hit the Mayhem Devil. And then no, he needs to hit Vraska, actually. Oh. Just ignores? No, he has to attack Vraska. What? Okay, spot the lethal here. Spot the lethal. Oh, Jesus, calm down, buddy. You salty. You salty bitch! You can kill this. Okay, so if I play Liliana, I can sacrifice these 2. And kill those 2. So 1, 2. Don't I have an? I have lethal. I have lethal. What am I talking about? Bam, bam, ba-dam, bam, 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 ba-dam. I don't have lethal, but just realized I need one more food. I'll just do this. Miscalculation, bad math. I should have played this first. Kind of derp there. Kind of derp there. Oh well. We're lucky and bad anyways. Yeah, because I forgot I needed one extra swing. Because I could generate a token with this, but I still missed out on lethal by 1. Don't bark at me. I was so desperate to find the lethal there, but I didn't have it. Were no birds. There's the bird. Bird is the word. Now you're.
I will rise again. Pain is weakness, leaving the body.
Just realized. There we go. Now we got it. Scoop incoming in 3, 2, 1. Vraska is actually not really relevant here. You guys saw just how little she does. She does kill the 0-4, but that's still like super irrelevant. I think duress is important here. Dispatching their card draw options is very key. And I would guess that's pretty much it. Assassin's Trophy could be pretty good too. Murderous Rider is important. The 0-4 is mighty dangerous. Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe I should respect it. I haven't played much against it. I think Liliana goes away. Maybe I should keep Vraska. Just because, yeah, maybe I'm not respecting that enough. How good is Rankle here? Rankle's kind of bad here, isn't he? I think Rankle's kind of bad. He has flyers.
Here comes the DJ.
Yeah, Assassin's Trophy could be fine. And Mayhem Devil as well. We don't need as much. We obviously keep the Korvolds. Guys, if you're playing best of 3, watch out. The timer, it's so bugged. It happened to me on my video today. Like, you're going to have like this much left and it's going to stop. Like, it's... I just don't understand how Wizards of the Coast never seem to get that like fixed. It's actually insane. We're gonna keep this just because we have Once Upon a Time. We can search for land. Timer is super broken, dude. Super broken. Not just like broken. Omega broken. We have double Mayhem Devil here, but we need lands. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the Stomping Ground. And I'm going to go ahead and lead off with the Milady Temple here. Murderous Rider is alright, but I'm actually going to drop him because I need to make sure that I can curve out. Okay, there's the bird. We need to find Ashiok as well. I want to have the Witch's Oven to protect the, not to protect the goose, but to get a Foon token, in case he's going to remove the goose. Alright, so not another bird, which is nice. Okay, we're running out of time though. The birds are coming. I repeat, the birds are coming. I could play Mayhem Devil. But the reality is, I shouldn't. I should play the Tempo of Milady to ensure that I can curve out into Korvold next turn, potentially. Keep the goose in the back, because I can generate another food token if I need to. Right, bird is coming. We need to be careful. We're definitely wide open now. We can take a big hit here, but it depends on how much you can burst on us. That's good. That's good. All right, and we got the swamp as well. So I think this means we go... We go Drogo here. I have to sacrifice the devil. Does he have the spells? Oh, he doesn't.
We'd better hope you delay our quest no further. Bravery galvanizes any plan.
I have to bank on him not having shock. I need this to live. Okay, good, good, good. Nice, nice, nice.
triumphs this day.
We already have the Assassin's Trophy, which we have to cast. But we're gonna draw so much with this. We also have the Murderous Rider. We're gonna resort to Assassin's Trophy. Goose. Goose is nice, but Oven is better. Fuck yeah. Look at this. Look at this! Surprise, motherfucker. Still die. Still very easily die. Because he has 2 birds in the graveyard, so if he has like Hour of Promise, yeah, we can still be dead. Requires a very specific hand, which he did not seem to have earlier. Oh boy. Bottom, that's good, that's good, that's good. It's always good. Yeah, he doesn't have it. He's thinking about it. Yeah, he's spooked. He's spooked, boys! All right. Fuck yeah. That's how you do it. Oh, there we go. 2-0, baby.